are champions.
Something's changing. Tottenham and Liverpool, big names, hard to live up to. Not anymore. Spurs swerved relegation last season, ran Chelsea close on opening day, and have been unbeaten since, thanks to the WSL's top scorer.
And Martha Thomas has her goal.
Liverpool have had to bounce back from relegation. They started this season with a bang.
Liverpool have done it. Victory at the Emirates.
And since beating Arsenal have kept that form going.
A roll and a finish. That's got to do it for Liverpool.
It's third against fourth today. It's the perfect time to check out these two clubs on the rise. The battle of this year's surprise packages and kickoff is just over 10 minutes time. And talking of big names who always live up to their billing, I'm delighted to be joined today by Rachel Brown-Finnis and Fern Whelan. Fern, let's get straight in there with Spurs because they finished 9th last season and they've come back this season full of confidence. What have you seen? What's the change?
I've been really impressed with them and the way they've started the season. As you say, last season they really underperformed with a really good squad. And I think this season, you can't take away the fact they've got a really good informed striker in Martha Thomas. She scored 6 goals already for them. But it's not only that for me, it's the style of play and the way they're playing. They're trying to build out from their back and they're trying to dominate possession. And they're creating a lot of chances as well against Everton last week in the draw, the 1-1 draw. Yeah. They had 20 shots, so they're creating the chances. And for me, that's a real positive.
Yeah, and up against Liverpool today, Rachel, a club also on the rise, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch also.
Yeah, they've got their women's only training facility at Melwood because, a few years ago when the new facility at Kirkby was built, there was no thought gone into what do the women need, but that's changed. Yeah. And we're talking about a team that's won the WSL before, who have had their glory years, but then fallen behind.
Back when Farrah Williams was in the team.
Well, it's that long ago, that's who was playing for them. And so they've got it right eventually, Liverpool. And so with the status of the club, they are able to attract some of the best players and better players. It's so competitive now, having a professional league, arguably the best league in the world. The calibre of players needs to match that, and Liverpool are doing that.
Okay, a lot of talent on show today. And for Spurs, leading the line is, of course, Martha Thomas, the WSL's top goal scorer so far this season. After making the move from Manchester United, she has 6 goals in 5 games. And trying to stop Thomas is Liverpool's Gemma Bonner, who is now the record appearance holder for the Reds in the WSL era, overtaking Ashley Hodgson's record of 134. Both managers have been speaking to Joe Curry ahead of this one.
Well, Robert, the big team uses, there's no Drew Spence in the matchday squad. What's the story there?
She picked up the injury the last training, so she's off a few weeks. So Kit Graham will start the first game for the season. I'm very. It's going to be fun to see her play today because she's worked really hard this preseason and this substitutions she have done.
It's third versus fourth, but with two teams traditionally viewed as being outside of the big four. What does that say about the competitiveness of the league this season?
I think it's great for the league and for the neutral. Both of us have had a good start. We've had some tough opposition. But yeah, no, it's just, I think I've been really pleased with the start we've had to the season, and I'm sure Tottenham are as well, so it's going to hopefully make for an entertaining game today.
Yeah, well, Liverpool have the joint best defence in the WSL this season. But actually, one of the standout players who you've been impressed with is their Austrian midfield new recruit, Marie Herbinger.
Yeah, she just brings so much energy to the team. And as Rach said before, they've attracted a really good signing in Herbinger. Yeah. I think what she possesses is the fact that when she comes high in Liverpool's press, she fits in really well because we see her here striking the ball from the edge of the box. She's got no fear in being able to take these shots. A lot of Liverpool's build-up play comes out wide, and then she's always there in the middle of the park to be able to take those shots, and she can finish as well.
And she's recognising the timing of her runs that's required, when it's time to bomb in, as we saw in the last clip, or when it's time to hold out. And see that bit of composure there, just drawing the defender, committing the defender, putting it onto, which I'm not sure if she has a weaker foot, because we've seen 2 beautiful strikes. This one, left foot, just sees that window. And so, you know, Missy Ball-Kearns is being kept on the bench because of her.
Yeah, 32 caps and 7 goals for her country, and actually 3 goals already for Liverpool this season. A great player, and definitely is going to be key today. But actually, Tottenham have gone from flirting with relegation to sitting pretty in the top 3, and they've managed to do so without their record signing striker, Bethany England. But instead, Martha Thomas, the new recruit, has been speaking to former skipper of Spurs, Jenna Scolacci.
Martha, thank you for joining us. Safe to say you've settled in very quickly here at Tottenham. What do you put that down to?
I think it's, you know, happiness within myself and enjoying my football again, and then obviously the club have been very supportive of me, of my move here, because there's loads of logistics that sort of go into a deadline day signing. I think Robert having a lot of belief in me has really helped. He's got a select style of football that he wants to play, and I feel like it suits me quite well, and the players that I've got around me as well, complementing my game, and you know, I think that's why we're performing well and putting in good performances as a group.
You recently spoke about your time at Manchester United. Obviously not getting the game time you would have hoped for.
It's tough. Obviously we play football because we want to play. You know, I was playing quite consistently my first year at United, and then all of a sudden it just sort of fell off last season, and I thought I was training well and playing well at times, and it just wasn't working out, and I wasn't getting on the pitch as much as I wanted to, and despite the team doing really, really well, it was tough for me, and you know, reflected over the summer and felt like it was the right decision for me to try and move on.
6 goals in 5 games. That's some form you're finding.
Yeah, it just felt like they kept going in. You know, the first goals that I scored, I felt like were probably, I don't want to say luck because you've got to be there, but it felt like I just couldn't stop finding the back of the net in really strange ways.
Martha Thomas will go for the lob. What a finish that is!
I'm obviously chuffed with the first month I've had and the start to the season that I've had, but it is a long season, it's just the beginning. So I'm hoping just to find a level of consistency where I'm performing well, playing well, creating chances, finishing chances, and helping the team win games.
Yeah, Martha Thomas, the most subs appearance in the WSL last season with 19. So no wonder why she wanted to make the move to get that game time. And well, Rachel, has paid off.
Yeah, she'll be glad to get rid of that label, absolutely. And she's the main person in this as number 9 for Spurs. You know, she's their go-to player. She's scoring all kinds of goals, you know, this one in behind, and looks as a presence to take a touch. She's got the time to take a touch, commits the goalkeeper. She's shooting from range, she's hustling players. This one's beautiful. Keeper's out of position because she's a team have got comfortable possession of the play. But she's got everything, headers, left foot, right foot, predatory instinct.
It's that awareness, isn't it, as well? She just gives herself that little bit of a yard of space, quick footwork, and then to take the shot off early. And what I really like is she plays on the shoulders of defenders. Defenders hate this when you don't know where a player is, and that's someone who's brimming with confidence to take a shot like that, again, like the one we saw before.
And Serena Wiegman here watching the Talent On show today. Actually, Fern, talking of Spurs and staying on that subject, we've just spoke about the strikers scoring goals, but they've only managed to keep 1 clean sheet in their last 22 games.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's something they'll want to put right for today. I think they've already conceded 3 penalties in the games they've played as well, and that's showing the defending inside the box is potentially, you know, they're making errors, and that's going to cause them problems when they come up against tougher opposition. So going into this game, I think that should be a priority for them today, is to keep a clean sheet as well as creating those chances.
Both teams are scoring goals, both teams are conceding goals. I love these types of games because there's going to be plenty for us to analyse.
And the fans coming into the stadium today will be hoping for goals also. Already celebrating there. Okay, let's get you over to our commentary team. Farrah Williams is looking down on us today. I don't know how I feel about that one, but Vicky Sparks is keeping her in check.
Thank you, Alex. Hello, everyone. What a start to the season it has been for these 2 sides. Tottenham sitting 3rd and unbeaten since opening day. Liverpool just behind them in 4th on goal difference alone. These are 2 clubs with ambition, 2 clubs dreaming big in the WSL, 2 clubs looking to put real pressure on the league's Big 4. Spence misses her first game for Tottenham since arriving last summer. The midfielder has picked up an injury that is set to keep her out for a few weeks. So Kit Graham makes her first league start of the season. Martha Thomas tops the WSL scoring charts. What a signing she has been since arriving from Manchester United in September. 7 goals in all competitions, 6 of those have come in just 5 WSL games this season. 6 changes from Liverpool's Continental Cup defeat to Manchester City in midweek, but just 2 from their league win over Leicester. Mia Enderby impressed against City and earns her first WSL start, with Kerry Holland also coming in. Jasmine Matthews is out injured, while Missy Beaucairns drops to the bench. Backup goalkeeper Tegan Micah is out with a calf problem, so 16-year-old Eva Spencer comes into the squad. Well, what more can we say about this woman, Farah? She has been simply outstanding for Spurs this season.
She's been fantastic. I think it's a move that's worked out really well for her. We've seen her there in an interview saying she just wanted to play football again, and she's been given that opportunity here at Spurs with Beth England being injured. And I think she's taken that opportunity, and as you mentioned there, top goal scorer in the WSL, so a fantastic start for her.
And getting the game time she yearned for during her 2 years at Manchester United. Well, ahead of this match, we will take a moment to reflect on those who have given their lives in service of their country. Corporal Hayley Johnson representing the Army and Megan McKenzie representing the Royal Navy, laying wreaths of poppies on behalf of both clubs on this Remembrance Sunday. They are accompanied by members of the Armed Forces Spurs Official Supporters Club.
We shall now observe a period of silence, during which the last post will be played by Katie Bannister from the Royal College of Music. Please remain silent until you have heard the referee's whistle.
So Tottenham against Liverpool in the WSL, and what a job Robert Villahamn has done since arriving in the summer. This is a side, Farah, that, you know, almost got relegated from the WSL last season. Nobody thought, perhaps he did, that they would have started the season this well.
Yeah, I think given the start to last season they had, I don't think, neither of these teams would have been spoken about as contenders for that top 3, but Spurs have had a fantastic squad last season. I just think they really did underperform. They brought a manager in that's brought them a little bit of stability. I think we can now see a clear identity with this Spurs team, and I think that's really helped them with that consistency.
And as you say, Liverpool certainly going well under Matt Beard so far this season. Just 1 win in their last 5, but you look back to those early wins this season. Again, another opening day upset after doing it against Chelsea last season, winning 1-0 at the Emirates and then 2-0 against Aston Villa, which at the time seemed like a huge result, but given what Villa have done since then, perhaps not quite as impressive, but still overall to be in this position for Liverpool at this stage of the season is certainly impressive as the players take the knee at the start of this game. The message against racism still clear. So Abby Byrne, our woman, in the middle, and Tottenham it will be to get us underway. But yes, a word on Liverpool, Farah, and what they've achieved so far this season and what they can achieve.
Yeah, I think we've seen Matt Beard had to get rid of a lot of players in the summer and bring some new players in. So I think with the changes he made within the summer, it's obviously going to take a little bit of time to get that consistency. Hence, they've had, you know, that inconsistency with performances and results. But they seem to be building a really strong team. And to think both of these teams are sitting in 3rd and 4th in the WSL, when probably at the start of the season, neither of these teams would have been spoken about in those positions.
Well, they have flexibility in formation as well, Liverpool. They've opted for the back 4 today. So here come Tottenham. Wheeler's ball over the top for Bizet to chase.
I think maybe that change in form, one is obviously down to Matthews being injured for Liverpool, so it doesn't allow them to play with that back 5 that we've seen. But I also think the strength that Spurs have in those wide areas, Matt Beard will be a little bit cautious about that and will want to make sure he's got cover in those areas.
Early promise from Tottenham. Early touch for Rachel Laws, the undisputed #1 for Liverpool. As we mentioned in the build-up to this game, 16-year-old Eva Spencer on the bench with Tegan Micah out injured.
You can already see with Liverpool, even in the change of formation, they still have really, really high fullbacks, which allows their wide players to tuck in field and keep, you know, Spurs back 4 really honest and narrow.
Nice layoff by Holland, but can't be taken in the stride of Mia Enderby. Bartrip has it for Tottenham. Vinton dispossessed. A little bit of space for Lawley. Goes down quickly by Bartrip. Corner beating Thomas in the air. That will be a real battle as Liverpool play it forwards.
A battle I'm really looking forward to. Gemma Bonner played with her, know her really well, and she'll really be relishing this contest against the WSL leading scorer in Thomas.
Yes, here she is, Gemma Bonner. Became Liverpool's all-time leading appearance maker in the WSL era in their League Cup match against Manchester City in midweek. In her 2nd spell at the club, won the title with them under Matt Beard back in 2013 and 2014. A club that is very close indeed to her heart.
They were good times then, Vicky.
Not quite good times there for Liverpool, but Rachel Laws does well.
Just rushes that one, doesn't she, Rachel Laws? Normally very composed when the ball is played back to her.
Well, that has been a real hallmark of their form so far this season, Liverpool. The joint best defence in the WSL coming into this match with Manchester City. Given away though, here's Bizet. Now Graham. Sumanet.
It'll be interesting how Tottenham adapt without Drew Spence in that middle of the park. She's been a fantastic player since she signed for them. Really controlled the ball for them in their build phase, and you could just see it's a little bit slow here from Spurs. Maybe just trying to get used to not having her in there dictating.
Yeah, she had been such a regular for them since arriving after departing Chelsea back in the summer of 2022. Had featured in every game, but not in the squad due to injury. Here is Grace Fisk. Cleared away by Bartrip. Safety first. Liverpool corner.
Yeah, a set piece here for Spurs to defend. Really done well there, Grace Fisk down this right-hand side. Just see how the ball comes out, gets it out of her feet and beats the fullback and gets a crossing. Obviously, it doesn't beat that first defender in Bartrip, but wins her team a corner.
Early opportunity for his side to test the Tottenham defence. Marie Herbinger will send it in for Liverpool. It's poor. Test passed.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be wanting to beat the first defender there with her delivery, so she'll have to make him better than that one. Matt Beard was talking to me before the game about Herbinger, saying, you know, she could take corners with both her right foot and left foot, and he hasn't seen that in a while, and you know, really talking highly of her and how she's settled into the team now. So she's certainly won, and the girls spoke about her before the game. I'm looking forward to watching.
Yeah, she's had a very good start to her Liverpool career. The number 14 arrived this summer from the Swiss champions FC Zurich. A good goal-scoring record for them last season, 9 goals in 15 league games. Already has 3 for Liverpool this season, joint top scorer with Natasha Flint, who's on the bench for Liverpool today. All of Herbinger's goals have come in the WSL. Well, she'll get a second go. Ashley Neville. Still not quite convincing.
I didn't want to say.
Here is Herbinger.
You can see Liverpool still are trying to build a back three. They just drop a midfielder in there, in Angalo. You can see that. And trying to build out with that high width.
First touch for Sophia Roman-Haug, but Tottenham deal with the Liverpool striker. Still looking for her first goal for Liverpool after arriving in September from the Italian champions Roma. Here is Ashley Neville for Tottenham. Clinton taking on Fisk. Driving past her as well, then ran into trouble in the shape of Fuka Nakagano. Here come Liverpool. James is there. Bula. Artanen. Here is Clinton, lovely control. Easing away from Fisk. Graham on the turn. Lays it off Lawley. Neville. Nice interchange with Clinton. Neville's delivery. Hines will chase. It will fall on the far side. And a little deflection. Took it over the bar. Needed making.
They've done really well down this left-hand side, Spurs. Quick play, you can just see here. Little give and go. Ashley Neville gets it out of her feet, puts a good delivery into the box. It beats all the defenders and comes to James just on the edge of the box, strikes really clean, and a good block there from Clark.
Spurs with the corner, it's deep, it's difficult. Laws deals with it. Bartrip. Artanen. Plenty of white shirts still in there. And that was a chance.
It was a big chance. It come from the corner. Artanen delivered a great ball into the box, just underneath the crossbar. Made it really difficult for Laws, and it gets cleared in the second phase, and again, a fantastic delivery in here, and we'll see it again. And it's Ashley Neville who is in that far post position just because it comes from the corner. Good header, and just goes wide of the post.
Well, she has scored once already this season, Ashley Neville. But as you say, Farah, set-piece delivery and delivery in general into the box. 1 point so far for Tottenham.
Yeah, fantastic delivery. And, you know, that's where games can be won and lost through set pieces.
Artanen. Bula. Not had much to do so far. Becky Spencer. Here is Neville. Clinton. Neville once more. Fisk is there for Liverpool. And here is Jenna Clark. Another summer arrival for the visitors. Childhood Liverpool fan. Actually got a present last Christmas of a stadium tour at Anfield, which she went on as a fan. Says it is just amazing to be here now as a player rather than just going on the tours as a supporter. What a dream come true.
It is, isn't it? And they're the stories that you like to hear. Lifelong Liverpool fan, and I'm sure growing up in a family full of Liverpool supporters, and then gets the opportunity to tour the stadium and now does it on a regular basis, you know, from joining Liverpool in the summer.
She's been a real regular for them as well after that arrival from Glasgow City. Cleared away by Neville. Nakagano. Hollands will retain possession under pressure from Graham. Now Taylor Hines against Bizet. Does well there, Hines. It almost breaks for Liverpool. And Tottenham will clear.
Taylor, she actually does really well down the left-hand side. You'll see here, thought she had an opportunity to cross early, doesn't take that opportunity, takes an extra touch, but gets a good cut back in, and it actually bounces really awkwardly for both defenders and attackers to get any real contact on it.
"11 minutes played, even encounter so far." Fisk. Good persistence by Herbinger. Will feed Enderby. Bartrip is there. Fisk with the throw. Enderby dispossessed, wins it back off Neville.
Beth England there, look, watching on, probably thinking how is she going to find a way back into this team, the form that Martha Thomas in, or can she play alongside her? I look forward to seeing what happens there.
Yeah, it's a frightening prospect, isn't it, for opponents of Tottenham. Form that Thomas is in, the combination that they might be able to strike up as a partnership there. But it will be interesting to see once Bethany England is back to full fitness how Robert Villahan manages that. Of course, brilliant for a manager to have that sort of selection dilemma, if indeed it is. If you were him, would you find any way, regardless of what it does to your formation, to get them both on the pitch?
It's difficult. I probably would try and fit my best players in the team and find a formation that makes it work for everybody. But it's a difficult one because we've seen when Martha Thomas goes out in that wide area, I think she's less effective. I think centrally, that's where she gets her goals. Her movement's fantastic. So it'll be an interesting one.
Good play by Neville. Clinton and Graham keep it alive. Here is Thomas, still going, little step over. Shot blocked away, and look how many Liverpool defenders were there to stop her. They haven't prevented the corner, but 3 of them it took. Stop her they did at the expense of the set piece.
That's a player in form. That's a player that has bags of confidence. It comes to her just inside the box, and you'll see her feet, actually the ball gets stuck underneath her feet a little bit. Does a really good drag and step here. Gains herself a yard, that half yard, just to get a shot away, and wins her team a corner.
So Olga Atanen is over to take this corner for Tottenham. They have the short option, but she sends it in. Liverpool deal with it. And inadvertently, Tottenham might spring a Liverpool counter. Here is Lawley. Enderby wants it. Tottenham appeal for offside, and the flag does eventually go up against Mia Enderby. He then goes down. Felt there was a little bit of afters in that challenge there.
Firstly, Enderby should be looking across the line, has plenty of time to make sure that she's onside. We've seen Lawley delay the first pass because she ran offside, and then the second pass, she just goes ahead of it. You'll see here, just gets a little bit ahead of play and is offside, marginally offside. And then here's where we see the afters. James, an experienced player, sees Enderby turn back and is just stopping her from doing that. Welcome to WSL 1 football.
Well, she is up to her feet, the 18-year-old. Arrived this summer after leaving Sheffield United. This is her full WSL career debut.
She's a fantastic talent, really raw, really exciting. When she gets into that final third, you don't know what's going to happen when the ball's at her feet, but this will be a learning season for her as well. The WSL from the Championship is at a much different level, and you can already see in this game that physicality. She'll be learning in this game today.
Yeah, she has featured in every match this season, but starting a game is so different, isn't it, when you actually brought off the bench to make an impact as a substitute. Often the game is at a different stage. Perhaps your role is different as well. As you say, Farah, a learning curve and something I'm sure the teenager will take in her stride and draw upon. Here is Lawley. After it with the block.
Since Lawley's return from injury, I think she's been fantastic for Liverpool. She's really found her form for this Liverpool team, and she's been exciting so far this afternoon. Another corner. Let's hope there's a better delivery into the box.
Yeah, it's not quite so on point so far for Liverpool. Let's see what they can do from this corner. Herbinger to send it in. That is better. Flicked across and won't reach Enderby. He was claiming the corner, but it will be a goal kick to Tottenham. That, though, better delivery.
A better delivery, probably still not the delivery that Liverpool would have wanted, but it beats that first defender and it's got pace on it. And when you deliver the ball with that pace, any contact towards goal can go in.
Bonner with the header. Here is Hines. Well, the run in the centre of Roman Haug, and Spencer out quickly.
Really good run from Roman Haug there, from out to in. Just was on the left-hand side on Bartrett's shoulder, and it's a fantastic delivery from Taylor, and one that you can see here just starts on the left side centre-half and just runs between the centre-halves. Great delivery. And Rebecca Spencer does really well to come and collect.
$18 minutes gone. Close contest so far. Fisk with the throw. Lawley. Herbinger. Lawley once more. Neville is there.
Both teams really cancelling each other out in this opening 20 minutes. Not much in it. Neither team created anything real clear cut.
Fisk with the throw. Nice little back heel by Herbinger. Cleared away by Ashley Neville. Both defences on top so far, would you say, Farah?
Yeah, I think both teams defensively have done well, but I also think in the final third, both teams have lacked a little bit of quality. I think when they find that little bit of quality, both teams, I think we might see some goals in this game for sure.
Can Liverpool find it now? Comes to Holland. Here is Hines. Dispossessed. Here go Tottenham. Kit Graham. Clinton.
Touch inside, Fuka!
And runs into trouble in the shape of Kerry Holland and will be picked up by Herbinger. Can't find Lawley. Neville.
I think Spurs in those transitions have to be quicker with the ball, have to get the ball quicker earlier, because you'll see when it goes into those transitions, Liverpool's players are breaking their neck to get back into a good shape.
Simonham's been robbed. Lawley. Here is Hines. Lawley once more to Fisk. Having a challenge, strongly but fairly by Neville. Martha Thomas is screaming at Ashley Neville to play that ball quicker.
I think they have to look forward earlier. I think Martha Thomas is trying to isolate Gemma Bonner in those transitions, and the pace that she has can cause problems if given the ball a little bit earlier into those channels.
Neville. Almost dispossessed by Lawley, who then called Ashley Neville back there.
I think sometimes with Ashley Neville, when she plays left side, she always wants to cut in on her right foot. And in doing that, it just slows down the attack. You can just see here, she pinches it off Lawley, but then comes back inside and allows Lawley to then recover.
Well, Tottenham have rather wasted that free kick, and Liverpool will get us underway again. Simonen. Here is Bizet. Thomas was in there. So was Nagano. Clark forwards. Roman Howe. Nice ball to Herbinger, and suddenly the space opens up a little for Liverpool. And look at the space here for Grace Fisk. First time delivery, and what a chance that is. Squandered by Sophia Roman-Haug. That should have been 1-0 Liverpool.
It should have been. It's a fantastic build straight through the middle of the park, and Herbinger does really well, carries the ball up the park and picks a perfect choice out wide to Fisk, who puts a brilliant ball when she's onside. Roman-Haug, and how she doesn't get over it and at least make contact that keeps it on target. Has to hit the target here. A really good opportunity for Liverpool to get an attempt at goal.
And they're putting the pressure once more on the Tottenham back line, and Buller deals with that well. Here is James. How deep Thomas has come to get involved. And the urgency of the pass perhaps speaks a little to her frustration as she raises the hand of apology.
I think when you see strikers dropping that deep into the middle of the park to try and get involved in play, tells you there's a little bit of frustration. She hasn't touched the ball as much as she'd have liked, and is really trying to make things happen for her team.
Well, their last WSL game, the draw with Everton, was the first match in which Martha Thomas has not scored this season. No free kick for Liverpool, with Holland going down. But she has spoken in the build-up to this game about what the move for Tottenham has done for her. Last season at Manchester United, personally, she said was a really tough season for her. Happy for the girls, achieving their best ever finish in the WSL, qualifying for the Champions League for the first time. She played in all but 2 WSL games, but only 1 as a starter. And it's at that point, isn't it, Farah, as a player, where you think, you know what, for my career, maybe this isn't the best fit anymore. I think those were the words she used.
Yeah, it happens, and I've been there. You're at a team, you make a big move, and you're hoping everything works out for you as a player. And sometimes, whether it be your style of play doesn't fit, you don't settle into the new city. There's lots of things that happen off the pitch that don't allow you to settle, and she didn't really get that many opportunities in her second season at Manchester United, and it would have been easy for her to sit at United, Champions League. You know, there was in the Champions League at the start of the season. She could have sat there as a sub, but it shows the ambition of a player. She just doesn't want to sit around. She wants to be playing football, and that's something I like to see in players.
Well, she'll be hoping to help Scotland get the better of Serena Wiegmann's England in the Nations League at Hampden Park on the 5th of December. England very much up against it as they try and win that group, which will keep alive Team GB's hopes of going to the Olympics in France next year.
Liverpool are playing a really high line. I'm surprised Tottenham just don't put a long ball in behind and really try and test the back line's pace, with Martha Thomas being as quick as she is.
Graham under pressure, does well. And here is Neville. Clinton pointing to where she wants it. I haven't seen too much of Grace Clinton so far. Here she is now. No Manchester United player. Good delivery. Here's a goal kick to Liverpool, but good movement by Celine Bizet, who might have hurt herself in going for that ball.
Yeah, you mentioned Clinton. I think when she's out in those wide areas, I think she's strong down the middle, and I think when you do have to play, when you are, a central player and you are asked to play out in those wider areas, you lose a little bit as a player. You can see she's trying to come central and get involved, but it was a fantastic cross, and you just said there, Bizet at the far post as it comes in. I just think as she comes down, she just lands awkwardly. Great delivery, though, from Clinton.
Yeah, she's really impressed for his side since arriving on loan from Manchester United. 2 goals and 2 assists in 6 games this season before today, but as you say, is often playing out on the left. It's somewhere she can play, but she feels her best position is the number 10.
I think you see the difference in the impact she's had when she's played more centrally. You can see her position here, really, really narrow. It does mean that Neville down his left-hand side probably has to provide the width when Clinton goes infield, but I prefer to see Clinton central.
Good strength through the centre for Tottenham, for Celine Bizet. Has Thomas ahead of her, Bizet urged to shoot, does so! Lovely goal. Did it all herself, Celine Bizet. First of the season for the Norway international. Oh, she enjoyed that. And so did the crowd here. Tottenham hit the front against Liverpool, 1-0.
It's a fantastic goal and a fantastic solo goal. You think about where she picked the ball up from. We'll see it here on the replay. You just see the celebrations here, just waiting for the replay to come up, but it comes from playing out a long ball and Taylor loses possession. Bizet picks it up inside her own half and just drives with the ball centrally. But what you've got to look out for, Martha Thomas's movement really confuses the defenders, which opens up the goal for Bizet to just hit it hard and low. You see it again, carries the ball fantastically well, and Martha Thomas's run is crucial in opening up the space for Bizet to score here. Hits it hard and low and takes the opportunity.
Well, we see the celebration from Celine Bizet. You can see the celebration from Martha Thomas as well. Arms outstretched. You don't get an assist for those sort of runs, but you almost deserve one, don't you, Farah?
You deserve something, and that's why I've highlighted the fact that it was her movement that actually created that opening for Bizet to have a clear strike at goal.
So, advantage Tottenham. Liverpool responds.
Liverpool will probably feel that's come a little bit against the run of play. They've dominated the possession in this last 10 minutes and created an opportunity themselves to score.
Well, the encouragement for Liverpool will be, as mentioned before this match, by the team pitch side, that Tottenham have just 1 clean sheet in their last 22 WSL games. Like Brighton in the Men's Premier League, they have scored and conceded in every league game so far this season. Can they keep Liverpool at bay?
One of those, isn't it? We're conceded because we score 1 more than you. They like to play with that openness. We're just seeing the goal here again. It's a fantastic goal. Carries the ball from inside her half, Bizet. And again, I've got to highlight that run from Thomas. Fantastic, and the strike just as impressive.
Throw eventually goes the way of Liverpool. So far, so good. Although, as Farah says, Liverpool will feel that it came against the run of play. Bonner. Herbinger. Poorly dispossessed. Forward by Neville, and Thomas has just held her run there. Flag stays down. Here she goes, the WSL's leading scorer. And here she stopped. Liverpool know that danger all too well. Neville will just about keep it in. Inventive, but not quite.
Very inventive. I think Martha Thomas, once she's inside the box, you want to try and keep it inside the box. She's coming all the way back out, allowed Liverpool players to get behind the ball and made the attack even more difficult. She's done really well to unbalance Gemma Bonner inside the box. I thought she then was going to take it past there. Just left it a little bit too late to make a decision.
Forward by Simonen. Here is Hines. Hollins, well closed down. All of a sudden, Tottenham applying the press, buoyed by that goal. Here goes their top scorer, Martha Thomas. And was in there, straight forward for Lewis. She's still ruining that chance. Forward by Bonner. Well, his side back in action on the BBC next weekend. A Saturday kickoff for you. 1:15 our coverage begins. Chelsea against Liverpool on BBC One. And we also have action from the Women's Champions League for you this Wednesday on BBC Radio 5 Live. As Chelsea, the only British side left in the competition at the group stages, begin their campaign away to Real Madrid. Here goes Neville. Still has it, got the better of Fisk. And Bizet with the audacious try. Well, Martha Thomas is full of confidence, so is Celine Bizet after that goal.
And you would be. The goal she scored has certainly given her that extra bit of confidence. You see here, Neville just bullies Fisk off the ball, and you can see Laws in the goal complaining about that wanting a foul. Great delivery from Neville, and Bizet, that confidence from the goal. Maybe arguably a high foot, but the way she just gets her foot up there, a little back heel, just goes wide.
Yeah, brave from Jenna Clark to try and put her off. Here goes Herbinger, just slipped as she took the shot. And Spencer is there.
Again, it's another good break from Liverpool. Good run. We're meant to be there, and you can see Herbinger. She's just a little bit off balance as she strikes it, but these are the areas that she performs at her best, arriving late into the box and getting shots away off either foot, just unbalanced on that occasion.
3 goals in her 5 WSL games for Marie Herbinger so far this season. Here is Simonen. Buller. Closed down quickly by Lawley. Clark is there.
Just a bit sloppy in possession there from Clark. You can see him up here, you can hear him up here. He played under Matt. I know he'll get frustrated with that.
Yes, and we're high up in the stands here, so certainly expressing that frustration. Might need another cup of tea at half-time, Farrett.
It was a coffee, 1 sugar that he asked for, actually.
Oh, she's a team player, our Farrah Williams. Good ball by Clinton to find Antonin. Here is Bizet. She's going to try and go all the way again. Well, I think that was more of a cross. But still, she's looking lively.
She is. She's lively down that right-hand side, and especially because Taylor Hines likes to get really high. I think in those transitions, she's got a lot of space to run into. I felt like her teammate, Martha Thomas, though, didn't help her there, and she only had one option, and that was to go down the line and get a cross in.
Hines. This time looking for Lawley, couldn't take it in a stride, but nice little back heel from Roman Haug, and here come Liverpool. Enderby. Fisk on the overlap, here she is. And just over the head of Sophia Roman Haug. Holland will keep it alive. Cleared away by Neville. And Tottenham survive. Clinton there away from Fisk, nicely done, but it has been the story in this first half hour. There have been some good moves, some good combination play for Liverpool, but on that occasion, the final ball lacking.
They've had some really good movement. I spoke really early on. Their wide players are coming really narrow, allowing their fullbacks to get high and provide the width, and then it's about the execution and the occasions. They've done it well. They've actually created a really good chance inside the final third.
Here goes Fisk. Can they maintain this momentum? Runners up forward to help. Here, Herbinger now takes it on. Saw the run in the centre, and that's a chance for Sophia Roman Haug. It's over the bar. Well, she's had a couple of opportunities in this first half. Still looking for that first Liverpool goal after arriving in September.
And she does it so well, Roman Haug. It's her movement. She pulls off to the opposite centre half from where the ball's coming, and then just likes to run between, and the delivery is fantastic from Herbinger, driven with a bit of pace, which allows the striker to get that contact towards goal.
Thomas, again, dropping relatively deep. Kit Graham tussling and doing well on their first WSL start of the season, then caught. I think the referee might have missed that. Liverpool continue. Enderby, loose touch, taken off her toes by Thomas. Graham is back up to her feet. Have struggled away from home, Liverpool, since their return to the WSL last summer. That victory at the Emirates, impressive as it was at the start of this season, is their only WSL away win since they were promoted back to the top flight in 2022.
Strange stat that. You know, Liverpool have a really good travelling fans as well, and I think it's because of those at home, which helps, but they do have fans that travel up and down the country for them.
Here comes Tottenham once more. James. Bizet. Thomas is in there, so was Bonner. Liverpool with half a chance to counter, but Tottenham get the bodies back. Enderby. Fisk. Herbinger. Enderby once more, taking on Ashley Neville. Oh, she felt she was caught there, the 18-year-old, but getting short shrift from Tottenham and the referee as well. Look at the space for Thomas if she does try and find a Kit Graham, but they've gone right again.
Yeah, I feel like Enderby's struggled a little bit to adapt to the pace of this game. It's high intensity. You know, Spurs are well established now in the league, and I feel like when the ball's come to her, she's in her head. Enderby wanted to do the right thing, wanting to be positive, but probably been a little bit slow with that decision making, which has allowed Neville to make contact consistently. You'll see here, a little bit slow with her decision making. Doesn't really get caught. We'll see again on the replay. She actually stood on Neville's foot more than anything, but sometimes when things aren't going your way, you probably just need this little break in play just to help her regroup. And as we've mentioned, she's young, she's a developing player, and she'll learn a lot from this game today. bags of talent, may I add, bags of talent, but sometimes that talent takes a little bit of time and you have to get used to playing at this level.
Not going their way so far, Liverpool, although there has been promise in passages of their play. Yeah, she scored her first goal against Manchester City in the League Cup in midweek, and we talk about the talent she has, Farah. What a classy flick it was to get past Steph Houghton, and then a cool finish as well.
I actually only saw that this morning. It was a fantastic finish, the way it came into her, and you just see the replay here. You can just see as she goes to protect the ball, comes down actually on Neville, and it might actually be a knee as opposed to her foot. Looking at that again, I mentioned I didn't think there was much contact in it. You see here, maybe it's a knee injury there. And that she seems to be holding her ankle, so it'll be an interesting which one is it.
It's as you say, the contact is the contact is certainly on Neville from her, but whether she's jarred her ankle in doing that, or whether, as you say, actually just feeling some pain, feeling the frustration, and almost needing to take that little break to reset mentally as much as anything else.
Yeah, probably a combination of all of those things. I think, you know, she is young, she is learning, and you know, Matt Beard will have bags of trust in her, and I think that's important. You know, it's a big game this, third and fourth, to play such a young player that hasn't started many games.
Wrapped up warm on the bench. You've got your nice big coat on as well, Farah, but no blanket, I see.
No, not quite blanket weather, although they've got shorts on. But I do have my sleeping bag coat on, that's for sure.
Maybe you can swap Matt Beard another cup of coffee for a blanket at half-time. Although we're 7 floors up here, so you might have to go some to get down and back. So, Enderby, clearly in some discomfort, and that might be the end of her game. Shanice van der Sanden, who's had her own injury struggles this season and last year as well, is preparing to come on, and a match which started with so much hope for Enderby, making her full WSL career debut after impressing in the Continental Cup against Manchester City in midweek, ends in disappointment for the 18-year-old.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's one she'll come back from, and as we mentioned right from the beginning, one she'll learn from, but to replace Enderby with a player like Van der Sanden, one that, you know, is really experienced within the game, and certainly at Liverpool, second time round for her, coming back at Liverpool, and really excited to see her back on the pitch. She's had her injury problems, but a fantastic talent, and certainly will cause Neville some problems down this right-hand side when she comes into the game.
Yeah, made her comeback a couple of games ago after missing the start of the season, and as Farah says, hugely experienced Dutch international. Real talent, real pedigree, real trophy list on her CV as well. 3-time Champions League winner with Lyon. Here comes Tottenham, leading by the goal to nil. Graham just took it into Kerry Holland, but Clinton's done really well there. Bizet drives, deflection off the bar. So unfortunate for Tottenham, almost so unfortunate for Liverpool as well.
Yeah, it's a fantastic strike, but it actually comes from Taylor Hines here being too narrow out of position. Little transition, and it falls to Bizet, who's in acres of space just inside the box on the right-hand side. A fantastic strike, and again, it's Clark that makes a block, and luckily for her, it hits the crossbar and comes out.
So close in so many ways. As that change is made, Mia Enderby off, Shanice van der Sanden is on for Liverpool.
Different type of challenge with Van der Sanden on for Neville. Sorry, the challenge would be now, sorry, for Neville dealing with Van der Sanden down his right-hand side.
I wonder as well, just reflecting on that chance, Liverpool were down to 10 players. They weren't able to make the change before the ball entered their penalty area. She was down for quite a while, Mia Enderby, so potentially they had the time. In the end, the bar saves Liverpool, and we remain at 1-0. Spencer with the take.
Comfortable. Not the best delivery from Lawley out on the left-hand side. And Spence takes it quite comfortably.
Artinen. Bartrick close down by Van der Sanden. Spencer to Neville. Intelligently done. Almost. Van der Sanden. 1-2 with Herbinger. Neville's there. But this will be a different test for Ashley Neville.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, she's got experience, Van der Sanden. She's strong, she's aggressive, she's quick. And so Neville was probably playing up against, you know, probably the most inexperienced in the league in Enderby. And I think this will be a real challenge going into the second half. And there's not long left in this half. But for the second half for Neville, it will be a completely different challenge.
Here she goes, Van der Sanden. James is there, but loses it. Trying by Lawley. With the option, Nagano. Herbinger. We enter 4 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Liverpool pushing for the equaliser. Neville trying her best to stop that and stops the cross from Van der Sanden.
She does well there, Neville. You have to get out to Van der Sanden quickly. I think if you don't and you allow her time to face you, I think the pace and strength she provides, and, you know, puts you on your back foot straight away.
She's certainly got the skill as well, hasn't she, to take on players 1v1. Here is Thomas again, coming back deep to help out defensively this time. James. Artinen to Simonen. Two Finland internationals combining. Here is Simonen. James. Lizette's on the move again. Hines with the interception. Lizette. Graham. Lizette once more. Artinen to Simonen. Neville getting forwards. Artinen on the stretch. Here come Tottenham. Cleared away by Clark. James taking up that central position from right back. Liverpool with the foot in through Herbinger. Now a chance for Van der Sanden to race down this right-hand side. Neville with the swipe, didn't get there. Simonen did, but Van der Sanden's still going. Neville then got a foot in, Van der Sanden's still going. Well, you wonder if she'd gone down there where the referee Abby Byrne would have given the free kick. I think the challenge from Neville was good, but she might have been fouled before that.
I think both of them were a foul. I think Neville has no intent to play the ball there. She tries to stop Van der Sanden in her stride. And then Simonen the same. You know, she beats her, gets her legs tangled. Again, it's a free kick, and Van der Sanden doesn't really have that much of an advantage, in my opinion. It slows down her momentum when she's carrying the ball, and we see there with the end product from Van der Sanden, probably wasn't an advantage. And if had gone down, I reckon that's two full offences for Spurs.
And this is where, as a player, you don't want to have to go down for the referee to make up her own mind and go, you know what, there was no advantage there, I'm going to pull that back for the free kick. Certainly the first challenge by Neville, or the challenge by Simonen as well. Van der Sanden does well. She's made a difference since coming on.
She has. She's lively. She wants to get involved.
Good ball forward by Herbinger, across from Holland, just rushed it. Roman Haugen made the run, but a little bit more composure needed there from Kerry Holland, and she raises the hand in acknowledgement.
I think you can see it's really good movement. Van der Sanden central, and then Holland into the channel. Good delivery into a good area. I just think a little bit too early, and as we mentioned, Roman Haugen just isn't there to get on the end of it. But Van der Sanden certainly made a difference in this last 5 minutes of the half. Been involved in a lot of Liverpool's good attacks.
Certainly posing more questions for his Spurs side. Cleared away by Bühler. And that is that for the first half. Closely contested. The side separated by a superb solo goal from Céline Bizet. Lovely run, Cool finish. And again, Farrah Williams, I'll give you the last word on that run from Martha Thomas that was so key in that goal.
I think that has been the difference, that solo effort from Bizet. I think picking it up inside your half, carrying the ball, you know, just over the half, into Liverpool's area, and the run, as we mentioned there, we'll see the goal again at half-time from Thomas. And if you look at the run, any young striker looking at unselfish runs, Martha Thomas' run certainly confuses the defender and opens up that little bit of space for Bizet, who finishes beautifully into the bottom corner.
Promise in some passages of play for Liverpool. They've had chances with Sophia Roman-Haug, but at half-time it's Tottenham who lead by a goal to nil.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Farrah. Well, it's been a very entertaining chances at both ends. Obviously, Spurs going 1-0 up, but will Matthew Beard be happy with what he's seen?
I think so, because they had waves of opportunity, Liverpool, but Tottenham have definitely dominated, and Celine Bizet has been the star of the show for them, and they've not been able to deal with her down that right-hand side. So that's something he'll need to address. Shani van Sanden coming on, I think, could be a blessing in disguise for Liverpool, because she straight away made a big difference to them.
Yeah, she really did. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think it's quite open. There's been chances either end. Obviously, Tottenham finishing their chances has probably made the difference. As you say, Matt Beard pleased they're creating chances, but there were some in there where clear-cut Liverpool could have scored as well, so we could be going in 1-1 really. So equal both sides. I think Tottenham, on the balance of it, probably the better side in the first half.
Okay, well, it was Tottenham that opened the scoring. Solo effort, a bit of magic, Rachel.
It was beautiful. You see where she picks it up from, her own half, and you've got the likes of Gemma Bonner and Jenna Clark backing off. And what a strike, absolute precision. You look at the side netting, but Martha Thomas recognises Celine Bizet is right-footed, wants the ball on her right foot. She does the unselfish part of this duo up top. She runs across, drags both defenders to the left-hand side, so it does open up the space for Bizet. And then it just takes that little breath, that little bit of composure, and it looks very, very simple.
What a great finish that was, by the way, so composed. And we even said, slip her in, slip Martha Thomas in, and actually, great decision for her to just go. She knows she's got it in her head, and that's a player playing with confidence.
A great little celebration there. She into boxing as well.
Wow, it's like Tim Cahill celebration there, isn't it?
But the composure that she showed to even finish, the Martha Thomas run was fantastic, but she still had to then finish the job.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we were saying. It's brave to go at defenders, and I think where she picked the ball up as well inside the opposition's half, she actually picks up, she starts the move herself, and then she drives, creates a space. It's a great finish, but it's not the only time she's done it in the game. She's been brilliant so far.
Okay, Rachel, coming into this game, we were talking about Martha Thomas and the fantastic season that she is having, and she's been lively in this first half.
Very much so, and she's creating problems for Liverpool. You can see that she's starting to have that synchronised movement, but here is something we highlighted before the game, reading where should my starting position be. She gets herself between the defender, puts pressure on the goalkeeper who has to hurry her movement. The way she holds the ball up again is excellent. Could have maybe, had her faced up and faced her own players and been able to lay it off. But everything she's done, her unselfish running, when she's in possession of the ball, her awareness of where she needs to be as far as a partnership up top. Yeah. She's been flawless this first half.
She did have another opportunity, didn't she? I think we didn't show it there, but a little bit later on, where she gets Gemma Bonner faced up inside the own 18-yard box, and we're thinking, take her on, and she cuts back a little bit. It's obviously the first time she's done that, but she's causing them problems.
So how do you stop that then, as a defender?
I think in that instance, they've done really well, Gemma Bonner, to get themselves in position and make the centre forward go backwards, force them to go backwards, get tight, so they can't obviously give them any space. And for me, that's how I like to defend. It was 1v1, get tight.
And if I was in goal, I would want more help from my holding midfielder as well. There's no pressure on the Bizet goal. It could have been snuffed out higher up the pitch. Yeah. There's no pressure, from when you're out of possession, you need everybody to have their defensive heads on. And they're letting them run at the back line. That's where you want someone to be able to stop and then someone to be able to cover. More pressure from those holding midfielders.
Okay, well, the chances have been coming from Spurs. Bizet actually could have made it 2-0.
Yeah, she could have done. And like I said, she's been really lively within that first half. And we see it here. Really good play from Ashley Neville down this left-hand side to get the cross in the box. And she's just had a little flick on the outside of her boot. But again, she's getting herself in the right positions at the right time. And that's a really close shot and really positive from her.
And you can see her, like, she almost grew, didn't she, in confidence. And this in from a very similar angle from that right-hand side. Just takes a shot, you know, it's a carbon copy really of the strike, but this time just catches deflection and up onto the bar. But you could tell once that goal had gone in that she was like, right, I'm taking this. And I felt that Spurs should have gone on and got the second goal before half time.
They've been really impressive in terms of how they've been moving the ball, haven't they, Rachel?
They have. They've really controlled possession. They've controlled how they've built up. It's not just all been down that right-hand side. We've seen Grace Fisk down this left-hand side. Ashley Neville down this left-hand side give Grace Fisk a real sort of problem.
Yeah. And that's come from Grace Clinton as well, hasn't it? Because Grace Clinton's been coming inside, which has left that space down the left-hand side for Ashley Neville. So I think where they're getting the joy and the success for Spurs is down the wings and down the flanks. And, you know, Angara James as well is playing higher up as the fullback. So high fullbacks in the edge of the,
It'd be interesting to see whether that change with Shanice van der Sanden coming on and posing more of a problem for Ashley Neville. Will she have to stick as a left back rather than an attacking left back, which she's been able to do for the majority of the first half?
Okay, well, Liverpool did have chances. I suppose their best one coming when it was 0-0 from Roman Hart.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about a little bit when, you know, we spoke about it in the first chat. She does really well. You see the positioning of her to peel off the back shoulders of the defenders, gets herself in a great position for the cross. But I really do think she's got to do better in this instance. She's got space, she's got time, and she just needs to guide it into the back of the net. I think she's done really well, Grace Fisk, with the cross, but as I say, that's a great chance.
It's a brilliant ball, isn't it? It's exactly where you want it. Second 6-yard box. That's the first one. And this second one, it's a header. She gets between the two defenders and again, just can't control the direction of it. I mean, there's a lot of pace on that. She can just use the pace of that to redirect it. Didn't really need to kind of, you know, get much on it. They're more half chances. Certainly Spurs have had the more dominance and the better of the chances.
The positive is they're getting themselves in the right position to create the chances, but as you say, you've got to be clinical in games like this, and you know, we know Spurs are vulnerable to conceding, so there still will be opportunities in this game for Liverpool.
As you can see, I don't really see this often, and player coming out kind of going through her paces, ready for the second half.
Yeah, I didn't see her strapped up. Sorry, Alex. I didn't see her strapped up in the first half, and maybe that is
heavily strapping.
Exactly. Yeah. So something she's clearly felt. It's Lara Buehler who is going through the motions, being assessed, seeing whether she is able to continue for Spurs.
Okay, well, it's the return of the Women's Champions League this week, and only Chelsea in action from the WSL. But the British contingent will be bolstered with players like Georgia Stanway over at Bayern Munich. And Liam McDevitt made the short trip over to Germany to check in with the English international.
Gee, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
All good, thanks for having me
Nice
back over.
No problem, no problem.
You going to show me around?
Yep, I'll take you on a tour. I'm an English person that's playing abroad, and to me that's special. I wanted to come to an environment where nobody knew who I was, and I kind of wanted to start again.
Gee, it's a while since I was here last. How's Germany been treating you?
Yeah, it's been good. I think the last time you came, we hadn't won anything.
You were hunting for the league title. It was nearly there,
yeah.
But you go and do it, lift the trophy in this stadium, I believe?
Yeah, it's stadium right in the middle over there. It was just a class day, to be fair. But it was actually like such a special day for the club because the men come and watched, like
amazing.
all in like their lederhosen, and then we got changed into our Oktoberfest.
I've seen you in that. I saw the song, I saw the singing. I love the clip of you giving it some. I'm not sure about the remix they had you singing over there.
Yeah, do you know what?
Shocker.
It actually sounds so much worse because I think my mic went straight to the TV.
Yeah.
So I couldn't hear myself, but yeah, it
Big
sounded
shouting
awful.
it was. Well, you must be liking it here. Obviously, new contract. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Away from the pitch, what are you getting up to?
I'm just trying to find like loads of different cuisines and stuff.
Yeah.
So like finding new restaurants is what I enjoy. I've also started to learn how to tattoo. I've made some good friends at the tattoo studio. I spend probably 2-3 nights there a week,
really?
like trying to learn.
I'll put it out there. Win the league again this year. Next time I'm out, I'll let you have a section of arm. That's a big deal. All on the camera too, so I can't even back out of it.
That is a very, very big deal.
Now we're obviously joined by another English person over here, Harry Kane. You spoken too much since he's been out?
No, I've not. You know, I've not ever actually met him.
Yeah.
But he's doing so good. scoring goals, and that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And Tottenham might be doing better without you.
That's a big stitch up. Back here in Munich, team that won the league last year. Is that the aim again this season?
Yeah, definitely. We've strengthened the squad a lot. We've got like 11 new players it is. So obviously we've got Harder and Eriksson, who are massive signings from Chelsea. We were having a laugh and a joke today saying that we're actually friends, and over the last 5 years we've hated each other because of the City-Chelsea rivalry. But yeah, we've started the season well. Obviously we want trophies, and hopefully we can challenge a little bit further in Europe.
I mean, I think picking up off that, Georgia Stanway on karaoke.
Oh, it's always a bad idea, isn't it? She's got a beer in one hand, a little waistcoat on. Oh,
She's living her best life, though, isn't she?
She is.
But she is on the pitch as well. You can see she's really matured as a player.
Yeah, no, she has. And I think she's having to grow into that midfield position, isn't she? And as you say, she's learning a trade out there in Bayern Munich, and she's getting game time. She's a regular there now. So, yeah, she's doing really well.
OK, let's have a quick look and see what else we have coming up on the BBC for you. OK, match night 1 of the Women's Champions League is on Wednesday as Real Madrid will be taking on Chelsea on 5 Live Sport. Full match commentary from 8 o'clock. You can catch Vicky Sparks with Gilly Flaherty with that one. And tonight there's WSL commentary of Leicester taking on Arsenal over on BBC Sound from 6:30. And don't forget, all the highlights will of course be on the Women's Football Show tonight at midnight. And next up on BBC 2, coverage of the World Trampoline and Tumbling Championships. And also on the BBC, you've got this.
When I beat the champions of the division, then you'll see me excited.
If you beat Tyson Fury,
I'll be over the moon.
Would you?
Yeah, of course. You know,
would you like to?
Yeah, of course.
Are you friendly with him?
Not really.
Louis Theroux interviews. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
OK, well, some big news in women's football this week is the FA Cup prize money, Rachel, has gone up to £6 million, almost doubling. It's another step forward for the women's game and the FA's commitment to continue to push the women's game forward.
Yeah, these landmark events, you know, such as the implementation of the WSL, you know, 11, 12 years ago, the WSL becoming fully professional. Yeah. Huge landmark event. The resources keep being upped and upped by the FA, and it's rightly, justifiably. There's more girls and women playing football than ever before. The interest has never been bigger. And yes, all these things should have come before, but they're here eventually now. Yeah. So it's again another landmark event, and we want to see those improvements because it's representative of where the women's game is at, the reward and the finances and the commercial viability of not just the FA Cup but women's sport in general. Yeah. So it's definitely, you know, it's a positive step.
It's a great positive step, I think, when we're looking at the top of the pyramid. But if you look actually below, do they deserve better? Because actually that prize money is only affecting, teams playing from December in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of the controversial side of it when it came out. The teams that are obviously not entering until after the 3rd round won't be seeing the benefits of that, and that's a question as to why that is the case. In terms of the teams below, where they need that money just as much. You say we don't want teams having to pay to, you know, out of their pockets and actually losing money to be able to compete in this FA Cup. So I think that needs to be consideration when we are doing these prize money and we're upping it. It needs to be for all because that trickle-down effect is so important.
OK, but like you said, Rachel, another positive step for the women's games. If you're just joining us here on BBC Two, where have you been? But have a recap of all the action from the first half right now.
So Tottenham against Liverpool in the WSL. A little deflection, took it over the bar, and that was a chance. Little step over, shot blocked away. That should have been 1-0 Liverpool. Bizet to shoot. Lovely goal. Did it all herself, Celine Bizet. Deflection off the bar. But at half-time, it's Tottenham who lead by a goal to nil.
OK, Fern, what are you expecting from the second half? What do you want to see more of?
I think for Liverpool, I'd like to see Herbinger get in the game more. We spoke about her a lot before the game and how she drives this Liverpool team forward and how she obviously is brave and can take shots from distance. So I'd like to see that from her, but we might get that with the addition of Van der Sanden as well, being able to push Tottenham back a little bit.
We can see Amy Turner, very experienced player, centre-half mainly, coming on for Luana Bühler, who we've seen just failing a fitness test at the end of the half-time period, was out there, can't make it back on, but, you know, a seamless transition for that. Spurs won't sit back, they won't sit on their lead, they will go all-out attack.
Well, hopefully we have more of the same entertainment that we saw in the first half. I think Farrah Williams has had her cup of tea and her custard cream, so let's get back up to the commentary team. Farrah is alongside Vicky Sparks.
Custard creams, chocolate buttons, crisps, got it all up here, Farrah.
Alex, the custard creams are all yours. I will not have one of those, so you're okay, I'll leave them for you, but definitely a cup of tea, keep me warm, that's a must.
No blanket up from the Liverpool bench, though, so far, as Liverpool get us underway in the second half. So, yes, that change for Tottenham at half-time. Luana Bühler not able to continue. Amy Turner on for her first WSL appearance of the season. She has started in the League Cup, but last season, Farrah played in every game, started all the WSL matches, and this is a real opportunity for her to show her new manager, Robert Wilhelm, what she can do.
Yeah, it is, you're right. I think it is an opportunity for Turner to show the manager, you know, how good she is as centre-half. I think last season she was inconsistent, but so was Spurs.
Lovely turn by Kit Graham, locked away by Gemma Bonner. Here is Clinton. Thomas was in there, all the way through to Rachel Laws. But early indications that, as Rachel Brown-Finnis just said, Tottenham will be pushing for this second goal. It's something that Robert Wilhelm highlighted in their draw with Everton. They had a lot of chances. He rued the fact that they didn't take one of them for that second goal and then ended up conceding a late equaliser and drawing 1-1.
And I think that certainly Spurs will be looking for that second goal, and I think they identified that the wide areas with Liverpool fullbacks being really high is an area of the pitch where they can actually create real opportunities from. So it'll be interesting how Liverpool adapt in the second half, because they were vulnerable down, you know, the flanks.
Simone. Here is James. Bartrick. Neville. Here goes Clinton, challenged by Fisk. Turner. James, lovely touch. Here's Bizet, the goal scorer. Sumane, good ball to find Thomas, who leaves it for James. Thomas, offside flags up and the touch let her down.
I'd like to see Thomas go back to that more central position. I feel like in this game she's tended to drift into those wide areas to look for opportunities. I feel like she needs to be a little bit more patient with her teammates, and it will come centrally for her. Running from out to in, you're always going to run yourself offside. It's really difficult movement when the ball's coming from the same side as we've just seen before.
A little risky from Bizet there, but Roman Howe can't latch onto it.
I'm surprised Liverpool aren't having more of a press. I think there's opportunities to press this Spurs back line. We've just seen the injury there, and Turner just coming in and hasn't started this season in the WSL.
Thomas, little dink ball looking for Bizet. Graham, oh, almost. Well, we know she's got that quality, Kit Graham. She's had such a rough time with injury in recent years. Back in February, after 50 months out with an ACL. And she wasn't too far away there. Caught this very sweetly indeed.
What a fantastic strike that was. And Laws as well caught off her line there. And I think for Graham, a fantastic talent. Obviously had a long injury with the ACL, and he's back playing now, but a fantastic talent and an eye for goal, and we've just seen it there. It's funny, I was talking to Laws before the game, and I told her that I was in commentary, and if she was to make a mistake, I'd certainly be digging her out on air. We had a little bit of a laugh about it.
Oh, talk about playing under pressure.
I know, she actually said that, a little bit of pressure on her, but she likes that. We played together, both at Liverpool and Reading, so nice little bit of banter, you know, coming into the game.
Not so far, so good for Rachel Laws under the beady eye of Farrah Williams up here on the gantry.
She was actually disappointed that I said on my podcast that Spurs were going to beat Liverpool today. That's how the conversation started.
Well, they do lead by the goal to nil. And they have started this second half brightly. Bartrick forward, here is Clinton. Closed down by Fisk, forward by Simonen. Bonner. Flicked away by Neville, and Spencer is there. It. Nice play. Thomas couldn't take it in a stride, and you can see the frustration. Here come Liverpool, just hit the back of the heel of Lawley. And Turner is there for Tottenham. Simonen. Short for Graham. Nagano's there. She's once more.
Go, keep going, keep going, keep going. Tell her, peel out here, peel out
Lawley.
here. Good, now check, check, check. So.
Hines.
Step in.
Precision of the passing, letting both sides down at times in the second half. Martinen. Spin to Bizet. James is getting forward with her. Martinen to Simonen. Bartrick. James. A bit of space for Tottenham to utilise. Interesting to see Grace Clinton just taking up more of a central position here now, Farrah, Tottenham's number 8.
Yeah, that's where we see the best of her when she's in those central areas, but it's congested in there because Liverpool are playing with a defensively a 4 and then a 5 in front, so there's lots of bodies in there, and it's difficult for, you know, the Spurs centre halves when in possession to actually find the ball through the lines into her.
Lovely touch by Lawley. Both sides having to work very hard though to gain territory. Can Liverpool use this now? Hollins, well across from Turner, all committed.
She does well there, Turner. She senses the danger. Her fullback's beaten down this right-hand side, James, and she comes across and covers really well. She actually face-planted into the grass, one I wouldn't have enjoyed doing.
You would have done it for the team.
Probably
Farrah.
not. Maybe.
Nagano. Corner closed down by Graham. Clark under pressure. She knew she couldn't play it back in field because of Graham closing down the angle. Does get the better in the end of Martha Thomas.
I think defensively Clark has actually done really well. I just think with the ball, that in possession, just her decision making, or a little bit slow on the ball, and then she gives possession away.
Here goes Van der Sanden, first time she's really had the chance in the second half to drive at the Tottenham defence. Roman Haug. Van der Sanden, can't control. Simonen looking to set Martha Thomas away. Clark is there with her. Graham's in the centre role, nicely done by Martha Thomas, just overran it. And Liverpool will bring it clear. Bonnet, Roman Haug, again just opening up a tad. Van der Sanden's on the charge. Again, it's that final delivery. Van der Sanden's done well. Turner's done well too.
Again, we spoke about it. I think it's the final third, the pass choices or selection or quality of pass in that final third that really letting Liverpool down. But really well defended by Turner on Van der Sanden.
Herbinger. Bit of space for Van der Sanden. Rather snatched at the shot. And again, that's been a bit of a hallmark of Liverpool's attacking play. She had space there either to take it on or set herself, pick out a teammate. Plenty of time still to play as they look to find this equaliser.
Yeah, you just feel at times they're getting themselves into some really good positions, but they are rushing that final decision, and they're the areas of the field that you probably need to be most composed. Matt Beard making his notes, but you can see here Van der Sanden gets herself in a good position and then just fires it across the box. Not real quality on it, or no real quality on it there.
Nice turn by Graham. Challenged by Nagano. Is it James? Can't take it in her stride. Herbinger's there. As is Clark, straight out of play under pressure.
Yeah, sloppy from Liverpool. Clark again in possession. I think she's really struggled in possession. As I mentioned, defensively, I think she's been fantastic, and we saw the 2 blocks in the first half. But on the ball, I think she just needs to find a few simple passes and work her way back into the game.
Holland to Bonner. Van der Sanden. Here's Fisk, good as well. Skips past Neville. Will she find the delivery as well? Not quite. Simonon takes a touch. Past Herbinger. And the flag is up over on the far side.
I actually think that was a bit late from Neville on Fisk as she goes to deliver. And obviously Fisk has gone into the board there. But I think there was late contact. I'd like to see the replay. I think as Fisk goes to deliver, Neville, comes in with a barge as she goes to deliver here, just shoves her off the ball, and probably nothing in it, but just a little bit late.
Well, the hoardings are very close to the edge of the pitch there, and it's one of those, if you can't stop the momentum, which of course you can't if you're flying down the right wing trying to get a cross in. But good to see Grace Fisk back up to her feet.
Now we have another injury. Rebecca Spencer down on the floor. Maybe she's just biding her team a little bit of time. I'd like to see Tasha Flint for Liverpool come into the game. She's a player, when you talk about composure in the final third, she's a player that has bags of it, and obviously went down the levels in the women's game to play for a while, but when she was a youngster at Manchester City, one that was highly, highly spoken about, the talent that she had.
Well, no Bethany England to watch for Serena Wiegman, but the likes of Grace Fisk and Grace Clinton on the brink of that senior squad. Maggie Spencer up to her feet. Plenty to ponder more broadly for England's manager ahead of those 2 key Nations League games against the Netherlands at Wembley on the 1st of December, and then up to Glasgow, Hampden Park, where they will take on Scotland. Liverpool with the throw. Momentum feels like it's up for grabs at the moment in this second half. Can Liverpool find some? Simonon's there. She's looking for Bizet. Clark across quickly. Thomas anticipated that ball back, but there was enough on it. And Williams had a good starting position. Artinen. Nice turn. She was caught there. Holland committing the foul.
Hartingham just chops back there, and you see Holland catches her. You'll see it here. She just chops back into play, and as Holland's recovering, dangles a leg and catches her.
Clinton out on the left wing again. Now Graham. Intercepted by Fisk. Clark under pressure from Thomas. But in those areas, that's where she's looked calm.
Yeah, she has, but you can see Martha Thomas sensing a little bit of pressure there and wanting every time the ball comes out to Clark, she puts that extra, she puts the afterburners on, that extra bit of pressure on her just to try and, unbalance her, I guess, or make her feel a little bit panicked, because we have seen her give the ball away under pressure, Clark.
Here is James as Liverpool try and put on the pressure and do so. So Jess Naz preparing to come on for Tottenham. Liverpool with the throw. And we'll take this before the Tottenham change.
I think that change, you might see Graham come off. I think she's probably played her minutes, and that might give opportunity for Clinton to come more central.
Struggling to retain possession at the moment. Here comes this change, and you called it, Farrah Williams, as you so often do.
I wouldn't call myself a coach. No, I mean, I think that's the 60-minute mark for Graham, and great to see her back on the pitch and, showing her qualities and nearly got a goal herself. But Naz will be on. I think it will allow Clinton to come more central, as we've spoken about. It's probably a much preferred position where she can have a bigger impact in the game.
So Kit Graham's first league start of the season comes to an end. As Farrah says, good to see her getting more minutes as she continues to build up that fitness. Yeah, she's been back since February, but after such a long-term injury, just to keep getting the minutes into the legs. And Jess Naz is on, played in every game this season. Just one start in the WSL, looking to make an impact from the bench. And with the pressure, wins the early corner.
Does it straight away. Liverpool wasn't switched on to the throw-in, and Naz just gets herself in behind from the throw-in and wins her team a corner with her first touch.
Can Tottenham find that second goal that they didn't manage to do in their last match against Everton? Packed 6-yard box. Cleared away by Liverpool. Lawley under pressure from Naz, who's stolen it. And he steals it back. A little nonchalant with the clearance, but Liverpool will get away with it for now. Chema Bonner not quite getting the distance. James with the foot in. Bizet. Tottenham will build again. James. James is right there if Bizet wants to give her the throw. Eventually does so. James takes it quickly to Naz. Bizet. Trying to win the corner. Can't do so. I felt it was a throw, though, Tottenham, but it has gone Liverpool's way. So change for Liverpool. Mel Lawley. He's replaced by Jana Daniels, and Shanice van der Sanden has come racing over to get some instructions from Matt Beard as well.
I think Mel Lawley's had a fantastic 60 minutes for Liverpool. I think she's been the player that's tried to create something, so disappointing to see her go off so early into the game. Actually, she's the player that's brought that urgency to this Liverpool team. See her frustration there.
Yep, she's had her own injury struggles with the hip injury this season, but has certainly been moving freely. And as you say, Farrah has had an impact on this match, a match in which Liverpool still trail. Spencer taking a time and taking a risk. Goes down by van der Sanden. Liverpool win the ball. Here is Hines. Again, quality of delivery.
Yeah, it is that final third. Hines there with a delivery that goes straight into the hands of Rebecca Spence. But Liverpool have now stepped on a press. You can see they're a little bit higher, trying to press and stop Spurs playing out and trying to build, which is what they've done really well in this opening 60 minutes.
Visit. James sweeps it into midfield. Clinton, nice touch. Naz was offside.
You can already see the difference though with Clinton centrally. When she gets on the ball, she's not looking in wide areas. She's looking to play those intricate passes centrally to get her forwards away, and Naz there just offside. But you see here, centrally, great touch here to get any sort of control, and then she finds a forward pass. You can just see Naz running offside. But I like that she wants to play forward at every opportunity.
Interesting formation here for Tottenham at the moment, and it might be fluid going forward, but Martha Thomas has dropped into the 10. Clinton out on the left, Bizet on the right, Naz through the centre. See how that develops. Good delivery, Sophia Raumenhaug with the equaliser. Well, she's had a couple of chances in this game and she stuck that one away. Tottenham switched off, Liverpool level.
And that's probably the first bit of quality we've seen from Liverpool in those wide areas, and it comes from the substitute, Daniels, out on the right-hand side, floats the ball into the box, and Raumenhaug has been trying to do this all afternoon. You can see here the delivery from Laws into the wide areas. It gets out to Daniels on the right-hand side and just floats the ball, and you can see Raumenhaug just joining play now. She's been doing this all afternoon and gets between the full-back and the centre-half and just guides the ball into the back of the net. But first bit of quality for Liverpool in that final third, and a really good header.
And a first Liverpool goal for Sophia Raumenhaug after arriving in September from the Italian champions Roma. And again, we said it at the start of this second half, Tottenham did not find a way to get the second goal. Same story as against Everton in the last match, and they have conceded the equaliser. And that will be real frustration for Robert Villaham.
We spoke, didn't we? The game was in the balance, and it was an opportunity for a team to take that momentum, and I felt Liverpool with the changes just up that a little bit. They started to press a little bit higher, and now they've got that goal. There's going to be a period now where Tottenham really do have to think about, you know, being defensively organised and maybe playing in those transitions and feel a way back into the game.
Here is Raumenhaug. Cleared away by James.
There's been I feel like with the substitution, just looking now, there's been a change in formation for Liverpool. They've gone to the more recognisable back three or back five, and two up front. Van der Senden's gone central alongside Raumenhaug, and I think that will be more effective, and it's something that Liverpool are more comfortable with.
Not quite sure who Kerry Holland was passing to there. I think it was Sophia Raumenhaug who had totally stopped her run.
I'm not sure who. I didn't see anybody there. I've not got her lenses on. You can see the formation change for Liverpool. Hines and Daniels really high on the right and left-hand side, and two strikers to put this Spurs back, you know, two centre-halves under a little bit of possession in their build.
Raumenhaug tumbles, no free kick. And here go Tottenham, and this is why Naz is through the centre, using that pace, that drive. Good save by Laws. Bizet, oh, poor touch. Might spin back to her. Hines makes sure it doesn't. That is a big chance for Tottenham.
A really big chance. It's Clinton again in the central area. She picks up the ball, finds a nice pass to Naz, who actually takes really well, and she cuts in on her right foot and just doesn't get enough pace or power behind the shot, and Laws comfortably saves it.
Ball breaks to Thomas. Clinton, James. Cleared away by Nagano. Bizet. Sumanen. Here is Neville. Tottenham stung by that Liverpool equaliser. James, nicely done. Thomas. Sumanen. James. Thomas pointing to where she wants it. Full ball from Anghara James. Liverpool will come forward, looking to release Van der Sanden. Cleared away by Bartrip. Simonen's there. Forward by Turner. James. Martinen. Suddenly, there's more of a zip to this game and this play.
There is. You've only had to wait 70 minutes for it, but it's come, and the game will open up in these periods. It's difficult in the opening, 60, 70 minutes. Teams are trying to work each other out, and then the game opens up like this.
Here goes Bizet, trying to get the better of Fisk. Lead away by Liverpool. And Gemma Bonnet. Hines won't reach that. Abby Byrne just telling Anghara James to retreat slightly. Naz. James. Well, dropping points from leading positions was a real issue for Tottenham last season. And they're going to do it for the second game in a row. Such a positive start to this campaign, as it has been for Liverpool. A test here under their new manager, Robert Villahan. Oh, lovely run. Might open up here for Tottenham. Grace Clinton's done really well. Bizet's ball won't quite break for Ashley Neville, but the play is called back by Abby Byrne. Free kick Tottenham.
And a good decision from the ref, because I was just about to say she has to give the free kick. She's tried Clinton to stay on her feet, and you can see from when she picks the ball up and breaks here, there's a kick out here from Holland, and then it's Herbinger here just pulling the arm back, completely unbalancing her. She has no advantage in that attack. So really good decision from the referee to bring play back.
Set piece for Spurs. Simonen over it. Turner's made the run. Cleared away by Liverpool. Van der Sanden's there under pressure. And the pressure pays off. Good defending by Bartrip and James.
They do well. Bartrip won't have wanted to go 1v1 with the whole half to chase Van der Sanden back towards her own goal. I don't think anybody would enjoy that, any defender.
Amy Turner's header has put her teammates under a bit of pressure there, but Neville comes to help out. Oh, lovely. Home crowd here enjoyed that. Thomas, Bizet's through the centre, gets the touch, challenged. Well, no appeal from Bizet. And Liverpool have just about done enough there with Gemma Bonnet.
That's an unbelievable tackle, by the way. Gemma Bonnet has to time it to perfection. Anything other than what she did, it's a straight penalty. So she does fantastically well. She senses the danger, you can see here, and comes across. You can see Fisk out of position, and Bonnet just times it perfectly to get a touch on it and stop Bizet from striking a goal.
Strong defending from the Liverpool centre-half. And the decision goes the way of her side. Clark. Daniels. Roman Hugs through the centre. Turner just got enough on it. Not the easiest for Becky Spencer. Martinen's there. Break to Roman Haug. Driven in by Herbinger. Deflection off Bartrip. Takes it for the corner.
See Spencer there. Once Herbinger hits it and it deflects off Bartrip's head, Spencer's in no man's land, and it could have gone anywhere. And luckily for her, it's gone out for a corner. Good to see here. Herbinger, she loves the shot from distance. She normally just arrives in the area or distance. Any opportunity to shoot, and she will, and it deflects over the crossbar from Bartrip.
A game that feels very much in the balance as we enter the final 17 minutes plus added time. Liverpool corner flicked on by Bonner, won't fall to Roman Haug. Well, they're appealing to referee Abby Byrne there. Keep up the pressure. Good delivery again. Bonner was in there again. Corner given. Could Liverpool have had more?
Two good deliveries. I think the corner originally was driven in. We've seen Herbinger with the left-footed in-swingers, but this one is an out-swinger driven. And it gets a touch from Bonner and it falls to, I think, is it Holland on the edge of the box. They clear it, but it comes back in again for a second attempt and out for a corner.
Herbinger's delivery. Tottenham just about get enough contact on it. Nagano. Level away. But they're under pressure here, Spurs.
They are. Liverpool have got that little bit of momentum after the goal and creating plenty of opportunities.
And they're making a double change as well. Sophia Romanhaug is off. And will be replaced by the player you've wanted to see, Natasha Flint and Missy Bo-Cairns. So on for Marie Herbinger.
She's replaced by number 7, Missy Bo-Cairns.
So 3 goals so far this season for Natasha Flint after arriving from Leicester in the summer. Can she or Cairns find a way to get Liverpool in front? Given away by Tottenham. Holland, though, just had the heavy touch. Here is Cairns. Nice skill. Won't reach Hines. Forward by Cairns. I'm feeling that it might have been a decision that could have gone their way and eventually does. The offside flag is up on the far side. Bizet also down. Chelsea up next for Liverpool at Stamford Bridge on Saturday. You can join us on BBC One for that game. And we will have commentary as Chelsea's Champions League campaign begins in midweek as well. Live from Spain, Real Madrid against Chelsea, Wednesday, 8 o'clock on 5 Live. Here goes Naz, pursued by Cairns and Hines, and Cairns just with the little nudge there. Tottenham free kick.
Naz does really well. Strong, slows herself down, knows she has the pace to commit, waiting for the defenders to commit so she can push past. You see here, slows down. And now she'll start to use her pace, and Cairns has to nudge her off the field here, but really good play from Naz.
Bartrip with the ball in. Plenty queuing up for Spurs. Neville will try and keep it alive. Shot saved by Laws from Grace Clinton.
Comfortable save from Laws there, but an opportunity for Clinton, who we know from distance can cause problems. I just think she's hit towards his near post and is covered by Laws, and comfortable save in the end.
No, she
was comfortable, she does drop it.
But she stops it, and that's the main thing. Born in Liverpool, incidentally, Grace Clinton lived 2 minutes from Melwood, Liverpool's training ground. On loan from Manchester United. Looking to break into that England squad. I'm sure she'll know that Serena Wiegman is here watching on today. Her first senior call-up last month. Here goes Martha Thomas. Why, oh why?
Yeah, I feel like Thomas has been desperate to score, and in being that desperate has probably, you know, decision making has been poor with that. Does really well here, stretches to keep the ball alive and just hits too early from distance. Laws is on her line. I don't think she's going to be beat from that distance with a strike like that.
Well, keeping an eye on the Scotland opposition ahead of the Nations League game in December, Serena Wiegman. But I think the reaction around the stadium was universal. Nobody could quite believe that Martha Thomas took the chance from there and it went as wide as it did. Here she goes again, Thomas. Bizet will get the better of Grace Fisk. Challenged by Holland.
This is going into the final 10 minutes. I think this game is anyone's. I know it's cliche, but I think both teams have created chances, and now it's going to come down to that last bit of quality in its final 10 minutes.
Jesnaz just adjusting her laces there. James will now take the throw. Nice touch on Clinton, under pressure. Turns away from that well. Cleared away by Bonner. Thomas. Neville. Thomas. Nicely worked this by Tottenham. And Thomas worked the angle for the shot. She can't. Martinen can. Brave defending by Bonner. Corner, and they will check on the welfare of Bonner there. She's already up to her feet though. She's a warrior.
She's been fantastic this afternoon, Bonner. I think she's got her head on everything. Every cross that's coming to the box, she's read situations really well. And then here, shot from distance, and who puts herself in front of the ball again? It's Gemma Bonner. Really good clearance there. Brilliant defending from Bonner. I would have probably dived out the way of that one.
Martinen with the low delivery, trying something a little bit different, and it almost worked. Ashley Neville with the final effort. Thomas had made the move again, and it was an intelligent one. Almost for Spurs.
Horrible, these types of deliveries, hard and low and ricocheting off everybody, and it can go anywhere with the speed the ball's coming in at. So they're not the nicest of deliveries to defend, that's for sure.
Naz allows the ball to bounce. Cairns is there, but Neville is there quicker. Cairns will pick it up though. Van der Sanden, the space through the centre for Natasha Flynn. That's who Van der Sanden's aiming for. And they've spilled it, Tottenham. Mistake from Spencer. Challenge from Bartrip. Covering her goalkeeper there. And vitally so. Liverpool corner. And Tottenham almost getting themselves in a real mix-up at the back there.
They do. It looks as if, I don't know if Rebecca Spence here was given any sort of communication. It looks as if she is, because she's fully committed to the delivery that's come in, but Turner with the slight touch has really deflected the ball, and they were lucky to get away with that one.
Nerves in the Tottenham back line. This game still very much in the balance. Spurs make first contact. Holland brings it down. And that is much more straightforward for Becky Spencer, but you can tell there's tension around this stadium. Two sides that still will only be separated by goal difference, both enjoying such good starts to the season, but both knowing this is an opportunity to really underline the potential of what they can achieve this season and keep up that pressure on the WSL's Big Four.
You can see that, and it is tense, and I think neither side want to make that mistake, especially going into these final 8 minutes of the game. Any mistake now, potentially will cost you the game, and you can see that players are well aware of that.
Perhaps advantage could have been played for a little longer there from Abby Byrne. Kerry Holland had done well. As Tottenham make another change. Bizet, who scored their opener in the first half, is replaced by Ellie Brazil. And what a moment this is. Such a warm reception for her. She hasn't played since the 22nd of October 2022. She's been out for over a year with an ACL injury, on the bench for the first time as Liverpool squander a huge chance. What an opportunity. What a great run from Bonner, but she can't stick it away.
Kearns' fantastic delivery, driven to the far post, and Bonner goes late around the back. what looked like perfect contact on the ball, but she hits it with her laces and it goes over the bar.
Good goalkeeping by Laws. Clears it away from the onrushing Jess Naz. So let off for Spurs there, but a word on Ellie Brazil. On the bench for the first time the last match against Everton, and now making her comeback for Robert Villaham's side after over a year out.
It's fantastic to see, and she made that move, didn't she, from Brighton, and obviously comes and gets that injury, a second ACL for her as well. So those injuries, you know, mentally play their part, and she's done really well and remained focused and got herself in a fantastic position. But it's always good to see players come back from major injuries and get those minutes in, and it's no different with Brazil.
Can she help Spurs to a late winner, or will it be Liverpool to take the 3 points at the other end? You feel there will be more chances in these final few minutes as Neville closes down Daniels. And it's that balance, isn't it, Farrett? Neither side wants to throw it away, but you get the sense that neither side really wants to settle for a point either.
I couldn't agree more. I think they both want the win, but they also know in taking those risks, you leave yourself wide open in those transitions, and neither sides are really fully committed, although both wanting to win, and you can see that.
Laws just plays that out ahead of Naz, but Naz has stolen it. It's a little risky from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Can Tottenham take advantage? Naz. Laws is there. Good take.
Yeah, she does well to collect that from the cross from Naz, Laws, but silly to play out centrally like that. You know, she's asked for a centre-half to split, and this pass here, Naz is too close. Just Naz is too close to Bonner to even attempt that pass, so a bit silly there from Laws, but they get away with it, and Naz just crosses into Laws' hands.
Van der Sanden at the other end for Liverpool. Summonen's there now. Does she foul Van der Sanden? Ball perhaps had already gone. Abby Byrne happy to let play continue. Brazil cleared away by Turner. Forward by Clark. Van der Sanden's there. Hines. Cairns. Clint's in the centre, powerfully away by Bartrip. Comes to Daniels. Might open up here for Yana Daniels. Lays it off instead. She was caught in two minds there, and Brazil will try and play it forward. Nagano down. Free kick.
Yeah, it was a soft one, but I think she's certainly on balance. Nagano gives away a free kick in a dangerous area for Liverpool.
Van der Sanden has taken up a very wide left position. Arthur Thomas has spotted that, just keeping half an eye on the Netherlands international. Everybody else is lined up on the edge of the penalty area for Liverpool. Missy Kearns. It does go wide.
A similar position, delivery, from Kearns, the one we saw previously with Bonner, and it was Flint this time round the back post, but doesn't quite make the same contact.
Here is Hines. Artinen. For Holland with the interception, but Thomas does well, reads that. Can't find the ball through, but does win the free kick. And that will be a yellow card for Missy Kearns.
I don't think there was that much in it for a yellow card, but obviously she stops Martha Thomas in her stride.
Spencer. Approaching added time, Farrett. Do you go for it, or do you stick with what you've got?
I think you have to go for it. I think both of these teams, you know, there's nothing that separates them in the league other than goal difference, and either of them picking up 3 points will be perfect.
And in a way, those positive starts almost give them the freedom to do that. You know, this is a Tottenham side that, rewind to this time last season, a point would have been great at this stage because they were battling relegation. Now, with the cushion, it's all about looking up rather than down. There goes the way of Liverpool.
I think both managers will want the 3 points and will be encouraging their players to try and get that late winner.
Well, there have been some key individual battles in this game. Ellie Brazil picks it up once more for Spurs. Given away. Missy Bokens with the chance to run, and van der Sanden's pointing. She'll latch onto it. Cairns had continued her run, and Tottenham just about do enough. Fisk forwards. Flag is up for an offside against Tottenham, so Liverpool will have the free kick, which really should be taken a little bit further back, although referee is happy to let it be taken from here.
Opportunity for Liverpool here. We've just seen 2 chances, one with Bono and one with Flint around the back post. See Kearns delivery in.
Tottenham again just about do enough, but it will fall on the edge of the area. Not a bad try. But Kerry Holland's firing over the bar.
It was a good effort from the delivery that came in, headed away, and it hits one on the volley. It was just lands on top of the net.
Here is Fisk. James is there, flicked on by Thomas. Brazil will latch onto it. She feeds Naz, intelligent pass. Tottenham not committing too many forwards. Naz will send the ball in and Fisk will clear. Neville. Oh, went down there, was she fouled? Farrah Williams is wagging her finger and referee Abby Byrne agrees. But it is opening up in the final stages of this game. Another poor ball though. Molly Bartrip should be able to collect. She knew van der Sanden had made the run, cutting off the angle. So Simonen will bring it forward for Tottenham. Thomas. Brazil. Nice take. Hines does well. Daniels. Well challenged. Tottenham have a player down, but they're going to continue for now. And Liverpool will do the same as they win it back. Abby Byrne happy to let play go on. Missy Bokens. Holland. Corner, but we will go back for the injury. Well, it opened up there for Liverpool, Farrett.
It did, and I'm surprised they didn't take a shot earlier. You see here, is this the foul? So, trying to see what happened here. Well, you can see it's probably a medial. She just wait to defend. It just goes into her, and her leg claps, her knee collapses with it.
That doesn't look good for Olga Artinen. And we really hope that this is not as serious as it looks. She's in real pain here. Well, Tottenham played on initially, and you can understand why Liverpool did as well. It's up to the referee to stop things. And this is where it opened up for them.
Yeah, and I thought here, well, this is a chance that Holland actually took on. I thought Missy Bokens would have hit a little bit earlier, decides to set her teammate up on the edge of the box. And they win their team a corner, actually.
So Liverpool will have this corner to take. We will have time to do so. But stretcher is needed for Olga Artinen. Well, real concern here for the Tottenham midfielder. 4 teammates around her, trying their best to comfort her. She'd started every WSL game this season after arriving in the summer from Linköping. She'd established herself in this midfield, one of their vice-captains as well. And again, we just hope that this will not be as serious as it potentially looks.
Yeah, it did look like a sore one. I mean, I'm not a physio, but it looked like, I think it was Daniels just putting a little bit of weight into her on the outside of her leg and her kind of knee, so your medial opened up a little bit. That's what it looked like on the eye. Hopefully it's nothing too serious though.
So Asmita Ale will come on, but they want to make sure that they're not causing any more damage to Olga Artinen as they prepare to take her off. Well, there have been several performances worthy of note in this game, but your player of the match, Farrah Williams, is a Liverpool one, and it's the one who is their record appearance holder in the WSL era, Gemma Bonner.
Yeah, I thought Bizet, I think her solo goal was fantastic. I thought she had a period after that where she was really lively, but I think over the 90 minutes, I think defensively, Gemma Bonner's been fantastic for Liverpool. And, you know, she had to play alongside Clark, who stepped in for Matthews today, and then they rejigged their formation and we've seen them go into a back three, so I think she's been fantastic for the 90 minutes.
So praise for Gemma Bonner, concern for Olga Artinen. We wish her the very best. Such a bright start to her Tottenham career. And we hope that the news is good. But real concern as she is stretchered from the pitch. Asmita Ale straight into the action, straight into her own penalty area. As Tottenham, Robert Villaham's side, look to preserve this point in the closing stages. Packed 6-yard box once again. Goal kick given.
There's an argument there for a corner from Bonner. Hits it, heads it onto the defender.
Forward once more by Liverpool. Can they fashion one final chance? Hines. Here is Flint. Hines with the delivery. Steered away by Bartrip, and perhaps a chance for a Tottenham counter. Bonner will get there ahead of Thomas. Oh, it's short. And Laws just about gets there. Farrah Williams relieved the commentator's curse didn't come into play there.
Definitely am relieved. I was just thinking I spoke too soon, but Laws sweeps up for Bonner there with a short pass back.
And there is the full-time whistle. The final chance almost fell the way of Tottenham. But Rachel Laws doing enough to deny Martha Thomas. And 1-1 it finishes, and these two keep pace with each other as they push towards the top of the WSL.
They definitely do, and I think it shows, you know, how far both of these two teams have come. I think there was nothing really in the game. A draw over the 90 minutes is probably a fair result. Both teams had their chances, and I think to come out of the game 1-1, both managers in the end will be pleased with that.
Well, still, Tottenham keep up this record of scoring and conceding in every WSL game this season. But as Farrah says, honours even, perhaps fair on the balance of play, and maintains this very decent start to the season for both of these sides. Showing once again that the rest of the WSL's big sides, the likes of Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City and Chelsea, might have something to think about from Tottenham and Liverpool this season. It finishes Tottenham 1, Liverpool 1.
Vicky, thank you very much. Farrah Williams, thanking you. Well, Spurs controlled the first half, didn't they? But the game remained open and Liverpool found a way back into this game. Both of these teams showing how impressive they are. Much improved from last season. Both teams, a lot of positives to take from this, Rachel.
Yeah, both very organised, a real identity about how each team wants to play. Celine Bizet there in our screens at the moment was the difference really in the first half, certainly. Real quality in the strike that that was the difference at half time to go 1-0. And I think both teams have found a way of winning, you know, scoring goals, having a go-to player. I felt Spurs sat off a little in the second half, and I think it became a little bit of a bitty game towards the end. Neither team really wanted to leave themselves exposed to go on and get a winner.
Yeah, I think it became a little bit sloppy in the second half, didn't it? We've seen, you know, both teams making decisions that they probably wouldn't have made in the first half, and then the game became very transitional because obviously those sloppy mistakes when they're trying to play out of possession. And I think on the balance of things, 1-1 is probably a fair result. Both teams have got pleasing parts of the performance. Again, Tottenham, like we said at half-time, have conceded again, and it's something they will need to go back and look at because they're still yet without that clean sheet.
Looking at that Liverpool huddle right there, the players seem very subdued, Rachel. Is that because they feel that maybe they could have taken all 3 points? They're frustrated? Gemma Bonner right there, the experience that she has?
Well, to get a point on the road, you know, Liverpool's away record has not been good at all. So to get a point at Spurs, who, you know, are rivals for that area in the table, you know, it was fourth up against fifth, I think, today going into this game. And so they've got to take a lot of positives. Now, you know, Matt Beard's been around for a long, long time and has tasted success with this Liverpool team, and his standards that he demands are high. And, you know, maybe he can't evaluate it that everything was positive. There's more to come from this team. But positives are Natasha Flint got more playing time. We saw Missy Kearns come on. Shanice van der Sanden looked electric when she started, but didn't sort of really cause Spurs too many problems. So I think he felt his team could go on and win it, and the fact that they didn't, and it's a good thing for his team that they are disappointed with a point away from home.
Yeah, I think, as you say there, I think Van der Sanden, we thought maybe at half-time when she came on, she's going to get into the game, she's going to be lively. But I think when they went into a 2, she was obviously marked 1v1, and, you know, she didn't get that space that she likes to have because she can run at players, so she was marked heavily. Tash Flint came on. Midweek against Man City, she was brilliant. She was very effective in the Conti Cup. Today, she didn't manage to grow into the game as much as maybe she'd have liked. So that's maybe where the disappointment lies. But still, on the positive side, I think that they're coming here, taking a point. It is a decent result for them, and they're still in a good place in the table.
OK, well, a lot of games going on in the WSL today. Let's look at the current results. An impressive win by Manchester United against Liverpool. Current champions Chelsea 2-0 up. Jess Fleming with the first goal in that one, and as you can see, Arsenal taking on Leicester. That is the late kickoff. Let's see how the current WSL table looks at the moment. Yes, Chelsea still up there at the top of the table. That big win for Manchester United keeps them in second. You've got 3 teams on 11 points. But the WSL table, interesting, I would say, this early on in the season, especially with teams like today, showing that they're ready to come and fight, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been the ambition of both teams, Liverpool and Spurs, was to really knock on the door of that third spot for Champions League, because I think it's opened up over the last couple of seasons. So Manchester United get into Champions League for the first time ever in the history. But it's a surprise to see Villa pick up their first point today of the season.
The big point for Aston Villa. Well, actually, let's go over to Jo Curry, who's got the player of the match with her, Gemma Bonner.
Well, Gemma, in the end, the points were shared. There were some strong challenges going on out there today. What was that like to play in?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably an entertaining game for the neutral. We were disappointed going in at half-time with probably our control of the game, or lack of. We knew we could perform better than what we were doing, both with and without the ball. So yeah, I think we managed to get the goal in the second half. I'm disappointed to probably not get one at the end again.
I was going to say, you've just come fresh from the huddle. It looks slightly subdued. Is it a feeling that you should have won it today?
Yeah, I mean, I think we know we can perform better with the quality of the players that we've got within the group. I think it took us a while to get into the positions that we'd worked on, so probably a little bit of frustration. And I think, especially in the first half, we won the ball back high up the pitch, and we need to be more ruthless in them situations. So probably disappointed knowing that, you know, we've let ourselves down. But coming away to Spurs, it's a tough, so to leave with a point, you know, it's better than 0.
We saw you make a brave challenge on Celine Bizet in the second half. How much of the ball did you get in that one?
All of it.
I thought you might say that. Just finally, the fact that still only one game, one defeat this season in the league, does it feel like there's something special happening in the squad at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously probably not many people expected to do what we've done, especially first game of the season, and we've had a long pre-season, probably benefited more than most teams in terms of the time we had together, and you know, the group are great. We put in a lot of hard work, and you know, it comes through in the performances on a game day.
Well, Gemma, you are the Barclays Player of the Match. Congratulations, safe journey home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gemma Bonner right there. Had a fantastic game, full of experience. She's now the record holder for most appearance in the Liverpool team. Such a key player for Matt Beard, Rachel.
Yeah, when she came back last season from a stint out in the US, she was definitely off the mark. You know, Matt Beard wanted to get her straight in, playing and starting. It took her a while to get up to speed, but you see the timing of this tackle. She said she got all the ball. She got enough for the ball. I think we'll give her that. She definitely, you know, with her heel, she made contact with the ball, which was why it was not thinking, this is a chance later on, back post. Whether she'll have fancied herself or not, she got herself open, and it really was probably the best chance for Liverpool in the second half. And then this third replay is what she's all about, isn't it, Fern?
Oh yeah, I mean, she gets herself right in the line of the ball, and we said, who else could it be that's just come off whose head? It's Gemma Bonner. She's a great defender, obviously 1v1 defender, but she's also a leader in that back line, and that's what Liverpool need in obviously a team like this.
They're the ones as defenders just celebrating like strikers when they're scoring goals.
It's like a goal, isn't it? Honestly, it's literally like a goal when you do something like that as a defender. So fair play to her. She got her body in the way, and I mean, she got straight back up as well.
Well, we heard some reaction from Gemma Bonner. Let's get back over to Joe Curry, who is with the Tottenham manager right now.
Well, Roberts, a draw in the end, but how do you reflect on the performance?
I think it's a tough game. I think Liverpool is actually very good. I think they are this year's one of the best teams we played against, and it's high tempo. They want to press us, we want to play. So tough game. We had the 1-0, but I think a draw is actually fair. So I think it's a good game.
Was there a slight drop off from Spurs in the second half?
I mean, we kind of started the second half quite good actually, but then we didn't really nail the situations. But they changed formation and gave us some problems and more direct, and they are really physical, right? So I think we had a few injuries, so we needed to deal with that as well. So overall, we do a good performance.
And just on the injuries, we saw Olga Atienne carried off at the end. It looked possible like a knee injury. What more can you tell us at this point?
I don't know even more. I just saw the duel, and then I needed to do a change. I need to speak to her afterwards, but she was in pain. So hopefully it's not the worst, but you never know. But it's tough for her because she's a great footballer.
Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully that injury is not too bad. Let's go back to the start and actually have a look how Tottenham took the lead. The build-up play, the little bit of magic, Fern.
Yeah, no, it was great, wasn't it? I think, as you see here, Celine Bizet, she does really well. She drives at the defence, but it's the run here from Martha Thomas to take the defenders away, and what a great strike to put it into the bottom corner from Celine. We see here again, Thomas highlighted this, just so clever because she knows that Celine Bizet is right-footed, so actually, if she pulls the defenders away as Celine drives onto the ball, and it's a great strike from her, and she was doing this all game. She was really positive down this right-hand side, and obviously really drove the Tottenham team forward in the first half. And a nice celebration.
To have that composure after a 50-yard run, I'd be having to have a rest. No, it was excellent. Really kind of, it sparked Spurs into life, because after that they looked the favourites to go on and get a second, albeit they didn't.
Yeah, well, I suppose the whole thing at half-time, what Matt Beard was saying to his team, how are we going to find a way back into this game in the second half? And they managed to do that from the wide areas, Fern.
Yeah, they did, and they did it at times by going a little bit more direct as well. We see here the change, and obviously Jana Daniels coming on and getting herself into the game straight away. We see, as I was saying, going direct. being positive, and as the ball comes out to Jana Daniels, she's only really got one thought in her mind when she picks up the ball, and that's, can I deliver it early into the box? And we see Roman Haag get up first to the ball, and she just glides the header into the bottom corner, and that's what we were saying in the first half. Maybe she needed to do with that header. She actually just glided this one in. She didn't need to put any pace or power. It's a great header.
Yeah, very similar to that chance in the first half for Roman Haag. But, you know, that's more likely with Jana Daniels, a ball into the box. Mel Lawley get the ball down and dribble at players, and I don't think got the ball into the box enough. But, yeah, Matt Beard will be delighted with that substitution, because that was like a couple of minutes afterwards she became the assister for Roman Haag.
Well, actually, let's find out, because just over your shoulder, Fern, I can see Matt Beard giving us the eye. So let's get over to Joe Curry and hear his thoughts right now.
Matt, they're just trying to read your body language from over there, but in the end, a point apiece. Is that a fair result?
I think we were lucky, especially with our first half performance. I felt second half, if there was going to be a winner, it was going to be us. But yeah, it was a little bit disappointing with our positional play in the first half. But look, we'll take the point, especially the way that we started the game. But as I say, I felt if there was going to be a winner, it was going to be us at the end.
How far from your best were you today?
We were miles off it. We showed them a few clips at half-time of us walking to get back into shape. You know, there was 60 yards of space for us to exploit in behind, and we had Mel Lawley and Mia Enderby's pace, but we couldn't even connect one or two passes together, or wasn't in the right position. So I was disappointed with that. But we've shown a different side to us today. We've had to grind the result out. Maybe last year we would have lost this, but today we've got a point. As I said, maybe at the end we could have got all three.
Thanks, Matt. Safe journey home.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, great to hear from Matt Beard there. Rachel, you touched on it on the top of the show, that Liverpool building not just on the pitch, but off it also.
Yeah, I think the calibre of players that they're able to attract nowadays with the facilities they have at Melwood is a huge, significant difference in where they were a couple of years ago. Yeah. When really the new build of the facility for the first team men's, the women were completely overlooked in the preparations for what the vision and the strategy for the future. So they've reviewed that, brought Melwood back, redeveloped it purely for the women's setup. And with that, we all know, because we've all sort of lived it as part of our football careers, that that is a massive attraction of who you can bring in, what you can provide for them, not just on the pitch from your experiences, but also the wraparound care, the 24/7 resources that you have at your disposal. So I think Liverpool are really kind of finally caught up with what they didn't have previously to where they are now.
Yeah, and it helps attract those players as well to come, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I think what Matt Beard want to see now is that translation from the off the pitch, obviously Melwood and everything like that, to the on pitch performances in that consistency. So like he said, they weren't on it, they were walking. So we want the energy from every single game that they play in.
Okay, well, both thanks for joining me today. We're going to be back next week over on BBC One. You can join us at Stamford Bridge. Can Emma Hayes add another WSL title to that CV? We'll find out next week.
So Tottenham against Liverpool in the WSL. Zetters to shoot. Lovely goal. Did it all herself, Celine Bizet. Deflection off the bar. Graham, almost. Good delivery. Sophia Ramenhaug with the equaliser. 1-1 it finishes, and these two keep pace with each other.